Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And I want to give peace and salutations to the elect. And I just want to do a quick lesson. I'm probably just going to entitle it something like double honors or something like that. All right. And I watched Elder Apostle Ramlab's video that I have here pulled up on the screen, and he was going into his detox journey, explaining how he's been dealing with some infirmities, and he's down south. I think I don't know what city he's in. I can't remember what city he mentioned that he was in with the elder brother Damasha Pot. But he's going into his detox journey and how it's going and the herbs that he's taking and all these different things. And it just got me in the spirit of just being grateful for the elders, not taking them for granted, you know what I'm saying, our apostles. Because truly in the spirit, man, they really are our spiritual fathers. They raised us up in this faith, in this truth. Everything that we know and we learn, we get from the elders and apostles. You know what I'm saying? And just listening to Elder Apostle Ramlab and just seeing him, the weeks leading up to him actually leaving New York. Just watching him, maybe even like after camp, you would see him. You could see he was struggling. He was in some pain, and he was dealing with some things. And it just puts you in the spirit of really thinking about your elders, man, and thinking about hoping that the Lord he heals the elder apostle and not taking them for granted. All that they represent in this faith is it's humbling, man. And I can't even lie. Like while he was mentioning in this video he was going through this, I was like I wasn't really getting emotional, but I kind of like it was just putting me in that space. Like it was putting me in a space, like just really being I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. Because I didn't get emotional, but I just was feeling a way. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about, for whatever reason, if just maybe not having one of our elders or apostles anymore. You know what I mean? Like what it would be like. And Salaki, if that offends anybody, you know what I'm saying? But that's just kind of what I was thinking about, you know what I mean? Cause we're in the flesh, man, you know what I mean? And it's hard not to think that way sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I've been praying for the elder apostle Ramlab and all of our elders, because they are getting up there in age. All of our apostles, they're getting up there in age, and they've been doing this work, man, and again they are a representation of Yahawashi, because they're the leaders of our nation, of the elect. You know what I'm saying? The example that they put forth is very, very admirable. It's honorable. And it's just appreciated, man. It's just appreciated. So let me let me not go on too much of a rant, because I could fuck around and get emotional on here. Cause you know what I mean? Because the appreciation that I have for the elder apostles and the rest of the brothers, the rest of the body. Every day that I leave camp now is I feel like I have a deeper appreciation for brothers. in general. You know what I'm saying? And I have a deeper appreciation for YAHAWASHI waking me up to this truth and having a body of brothers that are like-minded. We was in a car ride home after camp, and we was talking about that, man. We was talking about, you know, the brotherhood and why it's so important. And the brother Quanawathi kept saying, you know, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's and you know, this spiritual awakening is truly, truly like none other. There's nothing like being in this faith and having the word, the scriptures, a body of brothers to lean on. You know what I'm saying? Because this world ain't going to understand you. This world ain't going to understand what you going through and how you feel about things. And, you know, your disdain for this world and how you just went out. You know, why you don't indulge like the rest of the world. You know, we're very, very, you know, very much separated from this world for the most part. You know, let me get this first scriptures. This is 1 Peter 5. I got some scriptures lined up here in my notes. So 1 Peter 5, and we'll start at the first verse. It's like 1 Peter 5 and 1, it says, "The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed." Verse 2, "Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind." And this is what I think of when I think about the apostles and the elders. You know what I'm saying? You see the caption at the top of this chapter says, "Serve the Most High willingly." And that is something that the elders and the apostles talk about all the time. Doing this work and doing it willingly. They always talk about how they love doing the work. It's a pleasure, it's an honor unto them to do the work. And I can concur. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to serve YAHAWASHI and to be used, because you got to think about it. The Lord chose you to be a vessel to preach his precious word. Okay? And the word is perfect. He used the imperfect vessel to push out his perfect word. All right? It's not a light thing. Okay? And for men who don't take this truth seriously, you clearly don't understand the importance. This is not some fly-by-night thing. This ain't something you could play around with. All right? You have to take this truth very, very, you got to take this calling seriously. You got to give the diligence. Give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. All right? Can't come around brothers with, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, the elder Mawatazak, he got a classic video that he put out years ago. And he was, you know, he went on a rant. He went on a rant concerning some brothers that fell out of his camp, the LA camp. And a part of that rant stuck out to me. You know what I'm saying? He said, don't be coming around here on Saturdays because this ain't no motherfucking hangout. This ain't no hangout, man. Doing the work of the Lord is not about hanging out. That shouldn't be your mentality. All right. Now I don't want to be all over the place with that particular point because I want to stick on the topic of, the elders and apostles. But the truth of the matter is what they exhort us to do, which is the work of the Lord willingly. You got to be in the right mind frame when you're doing so. All right. Taking this thing seriously. All right. Verse 3, it says, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. And that for me is the reason why I hold the elders and apostles in such high regard. The way I do is because the example that they leave for us. Okay, over everything, they leave the examples necessary for brothers to follow in their stead, to enter into their labors. Okay, so they can go out, preach the word, okay, and bear that same fruit. Okay, because the Lord is doing a marvelous work by gathering his elect. And if you in the spirit, man, the way this thing is coming together is nothing short of miraculous. Sometimes I don't even have words to describe this calling and how YAHAWASHI's words coming to pass, how prophecy is coming to pass. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. 1 Timothy 5 and verse 17. All right. It says concerning elders. You see it. Okay. The caption or the title of this, starting in verse 17. 1 Timothy 5 and 17 concerning elders. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Okay. And let me tell you something. The men, the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, they labor in word and doctrine. So we are to count them worthy of double honor, which we do. You hear brothers greeting, so to speak, and at the beginning of brothers' lessons. Okay? Brothers praise Yahawah and give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone because they're worthy of it. Why are they worthy of it? Because they've labored in word and in doctrine. All right? They've labored. They've done the work. They continue to do the work until the very end. Until the Lord tells them no more. Without pride. Okay? Willingly. Okay, serious about this work. They're serious about how the word goes out and the manner in which it goes out. Okay, exhorting brothers to be fervent and to be diligent and to not take breaks and not going out on the highways and the byways fucking around, because it's a serious thing, and the Lord could do something to you if you acting like, if you playing with this word. This is why we give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right. Verse 18, for the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the laborer is worthy of his reward. And one thing that I pray for when I pray for the apostles, because I do pray for the apostles all the time, I pray that YAHAWASHI blesses our elders and apostles with the rewards that's promised to them in the scriptures. Because they've earned it. They deserve it. All right? Now, we don't praise men, but we give them double honor. Because it's YAHAWASHI who set these men up. to do the work and be elders and to teach us and to prophesy and to be examples. That's the Lord's doing. That's YAHAWASHI's work. All right. I only got a couple of scriptures. I'm not gonna make this too long. I just wanted to, I was watching the Elder Apostle Ramlab, man, and it just moved me, man. That's all. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you. Okay? We beseech you, brethren, to know them that labor among you and over you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you. Who is over us in the Lord? What's the order that the Lord set up? Okay? From the prophets, the elder apostles on down. They're over us because they're our spiritual fathers. And they've been laboring in this faith and this truth in the upwards of 30 to 40 years. All right? Putting in work nonstop, year after year after year. Not taking any breaks. Going through hell, catching hell. Okay? And it's still pushing in their older age. Still pushing. Still striving to the point where the Elder Apostle Ramlab got to get on camera and tell us about his journey. Detoxing, dealing with, but you know what? YAHAWASHI is holding up our elders and apostles. He's holding them up. Because when you watch the apostle, this video, he talks about how he's trying to get his health together so that he could go back out in the highways and the byways and do the work. The great examples, man. It says, and we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. All right? And we esteem the elders and apostles very highly in love for their work's sake. That's why. Because you know what? The elders and apostles ain't telling you shit that they ain't done themselves. All right? And that's what an example. Do you ever heard the term lead by example? Well, that's what these men do. They lead by example. They don't tell you to go out in the highways and the byways while they sit home. They don't tell you to do your lessons and be on fire and do it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And break down the scriptures a certain way when they don't do it themselves. All right? For their work's sake, it says, esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake and be at peace among yourselves. All right? The examples. I got one more. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse 17. Obey them that have rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Okay? And the elders and the apostles, look, man, these are great men of the Lord. Okay? And when you are among them, all right, just like, I'll give you an example, the after camp lessons that brothers have been doing over the past few weeks. The elders and apostles have them, they have brothers, they have the camp do that after camp lesson so that brothers could get the breakdowns, so they could be better teachers, so they could serve the Lord better. And that's what's profitable unto them. Okay? That's why we obey these men. Okay? Because they have the rule over us. Why? Because that's the order. YAHAWASHI deals with order. There's heads of the church. There's leaders of the church. There's elders and brothers on down. And elders and bishops and, you know what I'm saying? And brothers on down. There's order. So, of course, we obey these men. All right? And the proof is in the pudding. All right? It's not like they don't have the works to back them up. Okay? These men's works are examples of their faith. Examples of how much they believe and fear and trust in the names of Yahawah. You think we're not going to follow that? We are going to follow that. We're watching what the men of the Lord look like. This is what they look like. This is what they sound like. This is what they behave like. Okay? Pushing the word out in truth pushing the word out in truth and in sincerity. Regardless of what? Infirmities and all. All right? Because this flesh is fucked, man. You know what I'm saying? But the beauty of it all is that we're going to get new bodies soon, Lord willing. We're going to get new bodies very soon, Lord willing. And I pray our elders and apostles are some of the first that get new bodies because they've earned it. They've earned it. All right. So, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Right? I just wanted to do that, man, because I watched this video and it put me in a space. All right. So I hope you were edified. As always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And I want to give peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.